Hello, Regatta. We are about to embark on a 30-minute mobility workout. You will need, well, you won't need, but it will enhance your workout if you have a kettlebell or a weight on the lighter side and a yoga block. Um, so mobility as opposed to flexibility has to do with strength around a joint, and it creates more power in your body. It creates you just eat, you move easier. It helps your rowing. It helps your basically everything. And if you think about rowing, we want mobility in our lower backs, in our hips, in our ankles. I mean, we really want it everywhere, but those are a couple of points that are really important. So we're going to work, we'll work all of that. So we're going to start actually standing. And I just want you to roll your shoulders back a couple of times and find a nice, comfortable position. Start to press down firmly into the feet. Trying not to move anything in your upper body. You're just going to tuck your chin in, and then you're going to lift your chin as high as you can go. So chin down and chin up. So working some mobility in the neck, in the cervical spine. If you think about rowing, sometimes as you pull your arms back, we have a tendency to maybe hunch a little bit. Good. One more time. And then you're keeping your chin parallel to the floor. You're going to look over one shoulder, come through center, and the other. And as you're going as far as you can, again, without rotating the torso. So isolating this movement in the neck. You might feel some cracking. Totally normal. Good. One more time. And then coming back to center, you're going to take your right ear towards your right shoulder, and then center over to the left. Center to the right. Good. Center and to the left. Two more times. Again, making sure the rest of your body doesn't come with you. Last time. And then we're going to put all these movements together. Imagine the face of a clock, and you're going to try to get your nose to every point of that clock, going in one direction. Going slow, again, getting as much range of motion as you can. One more circle, so we're making about 3 circles in each direction. Good, coming back to center for 3, 2. Oh, if I didn't announce in the beginning, my name is Adena, and I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas. One more time. Good, coming back to center. Just again, roll those shoulders back and down a couple of times, just noticing how that feels. And then we're going to come down onto hands and knees. Actually, we're going to work a little bit from the feet up now. So you're going to start by having your toes tucked under. And sometimes you need to get that little baby toe under there. We're just going to sit back. Now, depending on how you feel, you might be able to go all the way back, and this might not be a big deal for you, or you might have to keep coming in and out of this. All right, so again, stretching the big toe, stretching the fascia, all that tissue on the bottom of the feet. Again, really important. And as we stick our feet in shoes all the time, we lose that flexion through the toes often. Good. Again, maybe you can just focus on just a couple of breaths, pulling the belly in, relaxing the shoulders. And as you become more comfortable, your feet get more acclimated to this type of stretching. Maybe you stay in it a little bit longer, or maybe again, you go a little bit farther back. Take another breath. And then slowly release that. And you're going to point your toes. And now you're going to sit back. So again, depending on your body, I'm going to go this way for you to see. Depending on your body, this might be enough of a stretch for you. We're again working now the fronts of the ankles and the shin. You're going to lean to one side, lift, and the other way. Good. So we're going to do a couple of things working on the feet, the ankles, the calves. Good. One more time. And now either continue to lift both knees or you can lift both at the same time and just hold for 3. So we're combining some flexibility with some strength for the ankles, right? This is called mobility. One more breath. And then slowly release. Nice. Come back up to standing. So staying with the feet. We have 2 more things we're going to do with the feet and the ankles. So bring your feet hip width. Think about pressing and spreading through all 10 of your toes. You're going to inhale, come up onto the balls of the feet. And then as you exhale, lower and lift the toes and the balls of the feet. And you're just going to go back and forth, forward and back, forward. Again, we're not in a hurry. I want you to feel that you're rolling your weight all the way through the soles of the feet. Let me show you again, sideways, up, and then you roll back, keeping that slight engagement in the belly. So oftentimes, again, I'm going to stress this all the time. We think flexibility, we're just laying in a stretch. Not true. We're working that strength within the full range of motion. Good. Whoa. Nice. All right. 4 more times. Making sure as you lift, you're pressing firmly into those 10 toes. For 3. Sometimes I have a tendency to roll towards my pinky. I want to not do that. 2. Good. 1 more. Nice. All right. Now, here's where we're going to use your weight. You don't need the weight, so if you don't have it, don't worry about it. But either way, you're going to grab it. And I'm going to come into like a 90-90 position. Okay, so I'm working this front knee, and I'm going to take the weight on my knee, and I'll show you from several different angles. And you're going to go as far forward as you can, keeping the heel down, and you back out of it. You go forward and back. So let me turn this way so you can also see. Go forward and back. Forward. And you want to think about that right knee or whatever foot you have tracking over your second or third toe. And you can allow that your body, your knee to go pretty far forward. Now I feel a nice stretch through the deeper layers of my calf, a little bit lower towards the ankle. Remember, this movement is called dorsiflexion, and you need this a lot in your rowing, right? I think you kind of end with the knee over the toe as well. Good. For 3, 2. Nice. And when you're going to stay here, remove the weight. Slide your left leg back a little and then drape your body weight forward. Just a little bit of a longer stretch. Breathe into this. Nice. And then come on up. And we're just going to switch. So bringing that other leg forward. This is my left leg. Starting in again in that 90-90 position. Taking this kettlebell. And I'm just going to go forward and back. Good. I'm aiming for about 12 reps here. Remember, the real important thing is to keep the heel down. And you'll notice the more you do this, the more range of motion you'll start to develop in your ankle. Good. 3 more. I think this will end up being about 15. That's all right. 1 more time. Good. And then again, you're going to remove the weight, slide your right leg back a little bit. So now I'm using just the weight of my body to maintain that stretch here. Nice. 3, 2, and one. Slowly release this. Just slide the left leg back. Take your hands underneath your shoulders. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, draw the shoulders back and down. And then exhale, rounding the spine. Again, inhale. Good, and exhale. Nice. 3 more. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale. Nice. And exhale. All right, come to neutral. We're gonna, those are your traditional cat-cows. I'm sure you guys have done. We're gonna make this a little bit more circular. I'm gonna actually show you in several different angles. So you're gonna inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. You're gonna round and push your rib cage towards the left. Roll all the way to the right. Arch, go back to the left. You can get your head involved. You cannot, this is a little bit more, again, not for your neck, but for your back, your hips. And if you find a little sticky point, you can stay there. Good. 2 more. Last time. Nice. And then we're going to reverse the direction. So you're going to arch, push your rib cage towards the right, round through center to the left. Good. And continue for 6, 5. Don't let your braid pull your AirPod out. 3. Nice. 2. One more time. Good. And then bring your big toes together, sit your hips back towards your heels, come into a child's pose. So we're going to start to kind of combine the, still working in the back a little bit. So making sure your knees are a little bit wider. You're going to inhale, sit your weight back. And as you come forward, you're going to round, separate your feet, drop your hips, squeeze your shoulders, lift your chest. And then we're going to reverse it. So tuck your chin, round in your upper back, bring your big toes together and sit back. And again, round. So we're just kind of combining some of the stuff that we've done. Arch, you can lift your chin, tuck, round, sit back. Good. Keeping that core engaged, trying to connect movement to breath. Belly and round. Squeeze your shoulders. Find the arch. Fine. And then we're going to do 2 more. Nice. Round and back. Good. And last time. Nice. And round. Great. And then come back up and just take a moment before we move on. We've been moving for about 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Just take a moment to notice how you're feeling. That's different. Take a moment to reconnect to your breath. And we're going to now do some more pointed work on the hips. So we're going to do what's called hip CARs, which stands for controlled articulated revolutions. So we're just trying to get, again, as much range of motion throughout that hip joint as we can. So coming back to your hands and your knees, pull your belly in. You're going to lift your left leg up. Now, making sure you're not arching, right? You've got that engaged through your core. You're going to turn your knee out, bring that knee forward, in, and up. Take it out, bring it forward, in, and up. 2 more. Last one. And then we're going to reverse that direction. So draw it in, out, and back. In, out, and back. 2 more. Last time. Nice. And back to center. Engage the core, and we're going to do it on the other side. So I'll turn around. You're going to lift your right leg up. Again, belly pulls in. Turn your toes in, your knee out. Bring the leg forward, in, and back. So no hurry. Again, trying to really feel that full range of motion. Notice your tendency to dump into the left or to bend the arms. See if you can resist this. We have one more. And then we reverse it. So in, lift it up, and then press it back. 4, 3, 2, nice, and 1. Slowly release. You're going to reach your, we're going to do that again. I'm going to change it a little bit, but before that, let's kind of stretch a little bit into the upper body. So rowing does a lot of back. Let's stretch the back and the shoulder. You're going to inhale, reach the left arm up, and then exhale, thread that left arm underneath you, coming to the side of your face. And think about reaching that left arm to the right as you lift your left hip up towards the left, pressing down into that right hand. I think in yoga we call this thread the needle. It's a really nice twist as well as a stretch for the whole left side of your rhomboids, the side of your back, the back of your shoulder. Good. Couple of breaths. And then what you're going to do is keeping your arm out to the right, you're going to separate your knees and think child's pose. So start to sit your hips back and then bring the forehead towards the floor. You can keep the right hand where it is, or you can walk the right hand forward. You're getting a little bit more stretch through the back of the left shoulder, the side of the shoulder. Again, just a couple of breaths. And then slowly come up. Again, shake it out, roll that. Let's do it on the other side. So coming onto your hands and your knees, you're going to inhale, reach the right arm up, and then you're going to thread that right arm underneath you. Again, coming to the side of your face. And then as you press your right hand into the floor and reach it to the left, think about lifting your right hip up. And then find the breath. So this is a really nice workout to do pre or post row as well. You don't want to hold too many long static stretches pre-workout. So we're not doing that. And then again, take the knees wide, excuse me, and then start to drop your forehead to the floor. If you want, reaching that left arm forward. And then I'm thinking that left armpit is reaching towards my right arm. So I'm sandwiching myself, so to speak. Nice. And then slowly come on up. Again, shake that out. Great. All right. So we're going to come back to those cars, but now I'm going to make it a little bit more dynamic. You're going to grab your block. Okay. The hard part is getting the block in the correct position, just so you are aware. I'm going to put the block between my foot and my thigh, hopefully. Okay. So the whole idea is to not lose the block, right? So get that belly in. You're going to lift that left leg up. I'm going to turn the leg to the left, bring it in and back. And again, up, out, forward, and in. One more, up, out, forward, and in. You'll feel a little bit more strength. We're going to reverse it. In, out, back, in, out, back. One more time. In, out, back, and down. Release the block. Good. Before we go to the other side, I want you to step that left foot forward. Okay? Bring that left leg up. So combining just a little bit of that hamstring work and the calf, you're going to inhale, shift forward. Exhale, bring the leg back. Inhale, forward. Your knee can go over your toes. Exhale, send your hip back. The leg doesn't have to straighten, but maybe you flex to get a little deeper into the hamstring. That's 2. We're going for 6. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. 3. Inhale, forward. Exhale. Notice every time you go through this, if you can get a little bit more range, a little bit more depth, and you get that range, you get that depth without forcing, but just from the movement. I think this is 6, but let's do one more for good luck. Why not? Good. And come down. Take both hands to the inside of your left foot and slide your right leg back. So this is called, we call this in yoga lizard. I don't know what we call it in non-yoga terms. A stretch. Taking a breath. So last thing here before we switch sides, you're going to take your left elbow towards your left instep, and then you're going to open and twist. Inhale, exhale, open and twist. For 3, good. 4, 5, one more time. Nice, and 6. Slowly release this, come on up, and let's switch sides. Okay, so again, grabbing your block. Again, if you don't have the block, you were just repeating it for a second time. The block adds a little bit more dimension to the work here. Okay, so hands under the shoulders. You're going to lift that right leg up. Turn the right leg to the right. Bring it as far forward as you can, in and back. That's 1. No hurry. Bring it forward. 2 and 3. Good. And then we're reversing it. So in, out, and back. 1, in, out, back. 2, in. I'm just about to lose the block. And 3, release. I really feel that. So a little added hamstring work. Bonus. Move the block. Good. And then you're going to come on up, step your right foot forward. So working with that hamstring, foot, hip work. So you're going to go forward. And then as you come back, flex the right foot. Again, the knee can be bent slightly. Totally fine. Inhale. You want to feel the stretch through the middle of the leg, not up towards that insertion of your glutes. 3, 4. I think we did 7. Just like an odd number. So if you ever think about it, totally random thoughts, but why do we say we need to do 8 reps or 10 reps or 12 reps? What is wrong with uneven numbers? Have you ever thought about that? I don't know. What I think about when I'm working out. One more. And release. Walk your right foot a little bit to the right and take your hands to the inside. So slide that left leg back a moment. Just take a breath or 2 here. Good. So we're going to work with that, again, that rotation, that thoracic rotation. So think right elbow towards the right instep. It doesn't matter if it gets there. And then open and twist. Inhale. Exhale. Open and twist. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Good. And 6. Nice. And then bring that leg back. All right. Now, have a seat on your bum. All right, working one of my favorite movements, the 90-90. So to start, You're going to grab onto your ankles or your shins and turn the feet out. Okay, so your legs are quite wide. Think about pressing the knees out and lifting the chest. And then you can press the knees into the arms into the knees. Take a breath and then press the knees out. Okay, for this first round, taking your hands behind you, you're just going to drop the knees to one side, center to the second side. Center. So you're thinking knees wide, and then as they drop, both knees touch down. Knees wide, both knees touch down. Knees wide, both knees touch down. You're trying to minimize the movement of your feet and the movement of your torso. I'm going to do just one more time each side. Good. Now I'm going to stay here. This is my left leg. I want to make sure I get a good camera angle here. So I have that 90-degree angle in my right leg. I have that 90-degree angle in my left leg, hence 90-90. Your hands are on either side. Let's work a little bit here to start. So you're going to take your right hand to your left knee, and you're going to push your knee into your hand. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Release. Press the knee down into the floor. Good. Do it again. Press the knee down. Maybe it's a little lower. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and then press the knee into the floor. Don't let this back right knee move. One more time. Press your right knee into your hand. Your left knee into your right hand. Rights and lefts. And then slowly release. Now taking the hands on either side, just start to hinge forward. So it's not about how low can you go. It's about how much length can you get, right? So my left femur, my left thigh bone is reaching back while my torso is reaching forward. Now I can take my elbows all the way, but I'd end up rounding, and I want to avoid that. Good, another breath. So now coming up, taking your right hand behind you, think about this left knee staying down, and you're going to point your right toes, and all you're going to do is open your right knee and bring it down. Open your right knee as far as you can without lifting the left, and down. That's 2. Open. 3, seeing if you can stay on your toes, keeping the heel lifted. 4, and down. 5, and down. I just love the way this feels. 6, and down. 7, and down. One more time. 8. Good. And down. Nice. And then you're going to come through center. So you have your block if you need to. You're going to start to lift yourself up into a squat. So maybe you sit on a block. Okay, and then press the knees wide. I'm just going to, again, turn to make sure you see all directions. Right, again, I could be sitting on that block, pressing the knees wide, seeing if you can get the knees off of the arms. Having that torso vertical. Good. Another breath. And then you're going to slowly, again, you can use the hands if you need to, sit back down. Okay, so coming back. I'm just going to move this block because it's in the way. Coming back to that 90 position. You're going to drop the knees over to the right, come through center to the left. Now, if you want, take your hands off of the floor and continue. But if you notice that when you do this, I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. If you notice that when you do this and you're really kind of rounded, right, put your hands back down. You want to try to stay, again, as vertical as possible. So I isolate the work right in those hip joints. Press the knees down. Press the knees down. Good. One more time each side. And we're going to end up now with that right leg forward and that left leg back. So same thing, pressing both knees into the floor. I like to flex my feet. Not actually sure if that makes a difference, but it feels good to me. Now you're going to take your left hand against the right knee, and I'm going to push my knee up into my hand, free. 2, and 1, and then push the knee down into the floor. Notice if it gets a little bit lower. We have 2 more like that. So push right knee into left hand, hold 3. Keep that left knee pressing into the floor as well. And then release. 1 more time. Press, hold 3, 2, add 1, release. All right. And then take your hands forward. Again, pulling your right thigh bone back, drawing your chest forward. Good breathing here. Nice. And then coming back to center. So as much as you can, again, keeping this right knee down, you're going to point your left toes so the heel stays lifted, and you're just going to open and close. This side is so hard. And 2. Oops, sorry, bring that hand back. 3, 4. Keep that right knee down. 5, lubricating that hip joint. 6, 2 more. 7, good, last time. And 8. Beautiful work. Come back to center. 1 more time, we're coming into that malasana. So using your block if you need to. Taking your hands down. Taking your hands up. Pressing the knees wide. Seeing if you can take the hands off of the thighs. Good. And then from here, hands to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Just fold forward. If you'd like, grab the elbows. Sway the torso. Release the arms and then roll all the way up to standing, rolling those shoulders back and down. Great work, you guys. So hopefully feeling really good in your hips, your ankles. We did a lot of really good pointed work. Come back and we will continue to work some mobility and strength in the body. Again, my name is Adena. Enjoy the rest of your day.